Well, yesterday was the International Women's Day, and the Labour Party have been very, very proactive with their virtue signalling, especially people like West Streeting. Well, we are here to expose the real West Streeting. Oh, yes, they're the potential future leader of the Labour Party, West Streeting, who has been very much proactive as an ally to women, to LGBT, to all the rainbow unicorns and everything else that we have in the country. And Eddie Izzard, Susie Izzard, apparently these days. Um, he was one of the few MPs in the Labour Party who managed recently to define what a woman is. So, well done, West Streeting. It's such a hard question these days for politicians. West Streeting managed to describe what a woman is. But we also discovered, thanks to Guido, some old tweets. These are old tweets. But it kind of resonates when it comes to the current politicians, especially West Streeting. He's previously described women as either cows or the B word. So one tweet is from 2010 saying, "Some silly cow on my train is now dishing out some white tablets claiming it's legal and right, like Red Bull." So we got a number of tweets here. It's quite very, very interesting. He is obsessed with two words, cow and the B word. So, and also a lot of complaints he's had is on the train for some reason. Another tweet said, "Train was a lot less fun this year." Okay, then. Last year we all sang songs. This year I had some silly cow. Brilliant. He's very respectful towards women, as you can see. Obviously, we talked about the white tablets that are apparently legal, like Red Bull. He was complaining about that. Another tweet said, "Divina, how did Pig go from fun-loving hippie to a super B word?" I can't say the word because it's a family-friendly show, guys. But you can see the word obviously on the tweet. Delighted that you've got time to retweet me, you big media tart. Oh no, it's not good. And I obviously replied to some person who's apparently a liberal Tory as cow. So that's just straightforward, straight talking, West Streeting. This guy is supposedly an ally to feminism, by the way, a massive ally. He's so respectful towards women. He has actually obviously recently apologized for deeply shameful tweets because there are abusive, violent tweets. Okay, they're not really that violent, but they were just very rude and disgusting. But let's not go over the top, West. You don't have to overly apologize. You just need to apologize and be a better person. That's it. It is interesting how the political left take the moral high ground every now and then. They say, well, we have to be #be kind, and we have to be tolerant and open-minded and friendly, as long as you believe with my what I believe in terms of political ideology. If you don't, then you are the worst person ever. You are literally Hitler. That's what they do. They always do this. So especially if you are non-white, or if you're a woman, or if you're disabled, if you happen not to be left-wing, then you're no longer a woman. You're no longer brown. You're no longer disabled. You're basically able-bodied somehow, even though you're in a wheelchair, but you're right-wing. So no, you're not really categorized as disabled anymore. No, you're too privileged. I mean, it makes no sense. But this has been the same argument for the past few decades. The political left lost the working class decades ago. It's nothing new. It's not really just because of the EU referendum in 2016 and since then with the Brexit vote. It's been happening slowly for a few decades, especially the leadership of Tony Blair confirmed that the only way they could get the votes and get into power was to pretend to be not left-wing, to pretend to be, they called it centrism, but they basically did economic liberalism on the right, and they pretended to care about law and order, even though the rate of crime went up under the Labour government. So that was fascinating. A biggest lie. One of the biggest lies that Tony Blair and Labour gave us. Absolutely beautiful. But they are what they are. And nobody's perfect. And we're not really claiming that people who are not left-wing are angels. But at least they don't pretend to be angels. They don't claim to be overly moral, but the political left do. Now we're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to talk to you guys about the latest revelations from the lockdown files, because we discovered that the chairman of the Health Select Committee during the lockdown had links to a private health company and decided to lobby the government and the NHS and made a lot of money in return. Actual corruption. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Mahyar Tousi and we are the media.